Who knew that living better costs even less? Let's now dive into why me moving to Thailand was the best decision for my wallet and my happiness. Going back a few months, I was in Germany. I used to work there a normal 9 to 5, and it was my first job, so I really didn't know if that was something I would like. After almost a year of working there, I started realizing that that's not what I want in my life. That is not something that I want, at least if I don't try the alternative, which for me was to try and make my own business, start this YouTube channel, and improve my editing skills and all the skills needed to build this. So I started thinking about it a few months, and I realized that if I don't try this now at my age, when would I try it? And then the first thing that came to mind is, where should I go to try this? Germany is an okay place to live, but if you don't have an income, which I wouldn't have in the beginning for sure, then the cost of living is too high. There was the option of Greece, of course, which is a lot more affordable, but I didn't want to go back to my friends and live that life again. So I started researching digital nomad hub. I saw a few, like Bali, Indonesia, the whole of Thailand, Vietnam, South America, a few countries there. There are many options, but the easiest I found was Thailand, and specifically Chiang Mai. I will tell you about all the reasons that made me choose this place, so let's start. First of all, something that I was really looking for was the community aspect. I did a lot of research, and believe me, it was a lot. A lot of YouTube videos, a lot of Google searches, yeah, and I have a lot of notes about it. But I think the best communities were in Thailand, or at least it was the easiest place to go. In Chiang Mai is a place that has everything I need for this part of my life. There are so many WhatsApp groups, so many events, it's crazy. So many co-working spaces. I have met so many people all throughout my stay here. If you wanted, you could go out every day and meet new people. But of course, you have to put a stop on it, and you should have a limit on that as well. So yeah, the community here, yeah, it's actually exactly what I thought, and even more actually. One thing that made me choose Thailand instead of, for example, going back to Greece was that I wanted a little bit of adventure in my life. See, I'm a person that was never outside of Europe, and I think that was the golden chance for me to try and live somewhere outside of Europe. And since the cost of living in Thailand is actually a little bit cheaper than Greece, that made my choice even easier. I wanted to experience living up in the north in Thailand, going down to the islands and maybe surfing in Phuket, seeing Phi Phi Islands, which I saw from the movie The Beach. There are so many things I wanted to try here. This was the perfect thing for me at the perfect moment. So yeah, living in Thailand for me is like a new adventure in my life, a new chapter, and I'm really glad I did it. If you're enjoying the content so far, please hit the like button below. It really helps the channel, and I will really appreciate it. One really big difference between Thailand and Germany was the weather. Back in Germany, most of the months, the weather was really gloomy and it was raining. You couldn't see the sunlight. I remember back in November, there was like a whole month where I didn't see sunlight at all. So stuff like this are really important to me. So I wanted to find a place that would have sunlight and good weather. So if you think about Thailand, it has two seasons, the rainy season and the dry season. Of course, during the rainy season, there's not as much sunlight, but even that is much better than the German weather. For example, right now in November, the weather is reaches 29 degrees during the day, and during the evening, it drops down to 20. So it's sunny and warm, but not too warm. Even right now, during the day, I can sit out here on the rooftop, and you can see it's breezy. It's like the perfect temperature. That really plays a big role in your psyche. I also grew up in Greece, which is a very sunny land. So coming here to Thailand kind of feels like going back home in a way. The most important reason that I came to Thailand is the cost of living. If you compare it to what I used to spend in Germany, it's like half of it. If you are someone that makes money online and doesn't have to stay at a certain place, it's the best thing to be at a place like Thailand. Your money actually reaches a lot further. As you also saw at the skit in the beginning, you go for a coffee in Germany and get coffee and kuchen, like they say, you pay at least 10 euros. Here with 10 euros, you can eat for 2 days maybe. What this allows you is not only to live for a lower amount, but it also allows you to have a better quality of life. And that is what is important to me. Another thing that I had heard, and I was wondering if it will be true, is that in Chiang Mai, Thailand, the vibe is really relaxed and there's a really slow pace of living. So kind of sounds that it's the opposite of what I would need, but it actually was exactly what I needed. You don't have too many distractions, but you have enough so that the life here is not boring. One thing that really surprised me is that you go at a co-working space in the morning and people usually start coming at around 9 or 10 a.m. And I would have thought that people here want to really grind, but it's really not like that. Of course, there are people that will come early and everything, but most of the place will be empty. And that also lets you have like a few quiet moments in the morning. And I really love that. So I would say the pace of life here is really perfect for me. It lets me work as much as I want to, but also it's not really stressing like it was back in Germany. It's a lot more relaxing. Another reason that made me excited to move to Thailand was to try new hobbies. Things such as Muay Thai, ice baths. It really helps you change. It helps you see what your boundaries are, what you can do. Also, as someone who is afraid of heights, I tried zip lining, which I would never have tried back in Greece or in Germany. So it kind of is like a way for a new start for me, which lets me try new things that I wouldn't try back in Europe. My favorite new hobby that I've started recently is running, actually. Who would have thought? Certainly I wouldn't. Like, I always wanted to be a runner, but I always started, ran for a couple of times, and then I couldn't anymore. Now, after a month of running, I started with 3 kilometers and I'm easily able to run 10 kilometers in a run. And I'm much faster. So it's stuff like this that really make me appreciate the decision that I did. I know that moving to a country like Thailand is a really big step. And I know that many people will probably be afraid to do such a big choice. Oh, and it started raining. Perfect. There are things that you have to consider, like visas or a really different way of life than in the West, whether it's Europe or the US. And people might be afraid to make this kind of big step. There are always resources online on how to do those stuff, but if you don't want to research it yourself, you can book a call down with me and we will have 1 hour to discuss anything that might concern you before moving to Thailand, whether that is if you need a bank account, what kind of visa you want, how much time before you need to prepare for it, anything. I will also be preparing a PDF for you that includes all the information that is needed in just one file, but that will take me a while, so please expect that in, let's say, a month. I will try and have it ready before Christmas. I really hope this video was helpful for you and that if you consider moving to Thailand, even for a few months, to try it as a new experience, that you will have now more information and see a perspective of someone that did it really recently. Thank you for watching this video so far and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.